Welcome to Walla Walla, Washington. My name is Chad Linewoodburn. I'm the project engineer for Nelson Big Guns. This morning I'd like to speak to you a little bit about our Nelson Big Gun product line. Here at Nelson we have various sizes from a SR75 and an F75 all the way up to a 200 series Big Gun. Each of our size designations roughly correspond to a flow range. We have 4 different size families or models of Big Guns. We have the 75 series, the 100 series, the 150 series, and the 200 series. The 75 series is ideal for flow ranges from 30 to 160 gallons a minute. The 100 series from 50 to 300 gallons a minute, while the 150 series is optimal for 100 to 625 gallons a minute. And if you have some serious water that you need to move, the SR200 or the F200 is the sprinkler you would want to use if you're somewhere between 250 and 1,200 gallons a minute. Now each of these sprinklers is offered in 2 different models. We have both a full circle model, which rotates 360 degrees and is not capable of reversing direction. And then we also have a part circle model, which we call our SR series for slow reverse. So it's able to, you're able to set stops and dictate a region or a sector which you would like to irrigate through, and then it will reverse slowly and repeat that process back and forth during your irrigation cycle. This here would be an example of an SR75. We also offer a full circle in the 75 as well. This is an SR100. As you can see, this is not a standard SR100, which this would be here as well, which would be a standard SR100 right here. This is a nozzle valve. So what this allows you to do is you can use this nozzle valve to open and close and stop your water flow through the sprinkler itself. Here we have an SR150. Right here we have an SR200, which is our largest sprinkler, and here we have an F150 as well. Now in each of these different models, we also have various coatings for the sprinklers, and these are used to deal with hard and harsh water or chemicals. And on the far left over here, you can see what we have is an anodized gun. So this is a gold aluminum anodized. It leaves a very hard surface, oxide surface on the aluminum. We colored all of our anodized sprinklers this gold color, and that's for identification purposes. You could anodize them clearly, but you would have no idea if you were actually getting an anodized gun. So if you ever see a sprinkler like this, that's what that's about there. It's telling you that it's got a protective coating on it. If you need more protection than the anodizing offers, you can step up to a powder-coated sprinkler. This here is an F150 that has been entirely powder-coated. The powder-coated is a polyester or covering that is sprayed and applied on top of the anodizing, and then it is baked, and it provides a protective layer, which is very good and very effective against corrosive waters. Each of these sprinklers is also, as I said before, they both are offered both in full circle as well as part circle models. They also come in various trajectories depending on the application that you have in mind. If you're looking to run something on a pivot, generally speaking, you use an 18-degree trajectory. These 3 sprinklers right here would be examples of that. If you're using a sprinkler on a traveler or in a solid set application, you may opt for a 21-degree or 24 or 27-degree trajectory just to maximize the distance of your water radius. We also offer 43-degree trajectories, and 43-degree trajectories are just absolutely perfect for dust suppression. They're used a lot of times in mining applications. And we also offer what is called a wedge kit to get some of these trajectories that are in between that. Say for the SR200 here, we have a 12-degree wedge kit which would allow you to either, generally speaking, allows you to raise up your trajectory. If you wanted, say, a 36-degree trajectory for some reason, you had to miss some power lines or whatever the reason, what you could do is you could get a 24-degree SR200. We would install the 12-degree wedge kit upon it, and then you would have a 36-degree trajectory on your sprinkler. For full circle sprinklers, that wedge kit can also be turned around to lower your trajectory. So say for some reason you had the necessity to have a 12-degree application, you could take a 24-degree F100, you could put a 12-degree wedge kit backwards on it and lower that trajectory down to 12 degrees. In the 100 models, as well as the 150 models, we also offer what are called adjustables. So it'd be an SRA 100 or an SRA 150, so that's a slow reverse adjustable sprinkler. And they are they're basically a ball and socket that allows you to pick whatever trajectory you want between roughly 15 and 43 degrees, and it just uses a simple turnbuckle mechanism that will adjust that sprinkler. That can be really handy, especially for people with travelers. On each of these sprinklers, they're identified with a serial number, and that can be very beneficial for you as a customer if you're having a problem with a sprinkler and you're looking to get some help from a dealer or from us here at the factory. Having that information of that part number and the model that you have helps us to diagnose those problems much quicker than if you didn't have that. On each of these sprinklers that are sitting up here, this main housing down here we call the jacket or the housing. Probably the housing is what it's most generally referred to. And currently, we actually etch on there the model. So for example, this SR 150 here says SR 150, and then it says 2016. It means this sprinkler is built in 2016. And then below that, there's a long string of numbers. And the first 7 or 8 numbers are actually the actual part number to this sprinkler that indicates it's a 24 degree SR 150 and that it's anodized, and it also tells us exactly what connection flange we're using there. So if you're looking for those serial numbers, you want to look down here in these areas on the sprinkler. Now, if you have a big gun that has been in service, say more than 5 or 6 years, most likely that the serial number for those sprinklers are going to be found on the range tube right in this area right here. And we changed that several years ago. It was just much more efficient to put them down here on the housing, and we could get a lot more information. If you do have a serial number that you find up here, go ahead and give us a call with that serial number, and we can decipher it for you and tell you what you have on that.